Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Charlotte Cassadine has had quite a rocky history on General Hospital, and some fans may still be confused about exactly who her parents are and where she came from. So we're here to clear it all up. Charlotte first appeared in October 2016, played by young actress Scarlett Fernandez, who continued to portray the bad seed as she grew up on screen until she announced her exit from the soap in December 2021. In the December 21 episode, Amelie McLean made her debut in the role, but in the April 10, 2023 episode of GH, Anna Sophia Bianchi had taken over. However, that was just for the one episode, and in July 2023, Fernandez was back as Charlotte for a big new storyline. After her exit at the end of 2023, the actress reprised the role briefly in July 2024 before returning again in December 2024. Now that she's back in Port Charles, is she here to stay? Charlotte was first glimpsed in September of 2016 when Claudette Beaulieu revealed to Nathan West that she had given birth to a daughter shortly after their relationship ended. However, there was still a chance that her other former lover, Dr. Griffin Monroe, could be the father of her little girl. After a DNA test revealed that Nathan was Charlotte's father, he insisted on seeing his daughter, but Claudette was afraid to reveal the child's whereabouts. Pushed, Claudette admitted that she was trying to protect Charlotte from another of her exes, Valentin Cassadine. But it was eventually revealed that Valentin was actually Charlotte's true father, and later, that Claudette had only carried the child as the surrogate. The egg had come from Lulu Spencer, making Lulu and Valentin Charlotte's biological parents. Charlotte bonded with Nana Reeves and was thrilled when the woman married Valentin and became her stepmother, especially since Valentin had reported that Claudette had died, though later evidence proved otherwise. After Charlotte got upset because she was missing her mommy, Lulu confided to the girl that she was actually her real mother. This didn't go over well, and just confused and upset Charlotte even more. Valentin hired Nora Buchanan to sue for custody of Charlotte, and Lulu had Diane argue her side of the case. The judge ruled that Valentin would receive sole custody and Lulu would be given supervised visitation rights. Over time, Charlotte finally began to accept Lulu as her mother, but then Valentin nearly ruined everything when he tried to escape the long arm of the law and brought his daughter along as he went on the run. With Valentin headed to prison, Dan Falconeri and Lulu were granted temporary custody of Charlotte, and she became a part of the family, getting to know her brother, Rocco, and grandma, Olivia. After Valentin was released from prison, he tried to make things right and reached an understanding with Lulu so they could share custody. Charlotte was upset when Nina split up with Valentin and refused to take him back, but she assured the little girl she would remain a part of her life. All that family turmoil could help explain her behavior in school, where she was verbally bullying her cousin, Aiden Spencer, and even being disrespectful towards adults. Lulu blamed her attitude on Nina's influence, and it caused a lot of drama among Charlotte's guardians. The girl did brighten back up when Valentin won Nina back, and they planned to get married. She was also introduced to her older sister Sasha, not realizing that she was lying about being Nina's daughter. Spotting the presumed dead Nicholas Cassadine lurking around Windermere, he lied that her father hired him to be her secret bodyguard, and she later tried to prove his existence to a skeptical Rocco by jumping into the water at the docks. When her bodyguard didn't show and Dustin rescued her from the water, Charlotte was treated at the hospital, and the incident sparked another argument about custody between Lulu and Valentin. Insisting she didn't have an imaginary friend, Charlotte showed Laura a photo of her bodyguard, who happened to be her son, who was supposed to be dead. Charlotte was happy that Nina was going to become her mother again, not realizing that the New Year's Eve celebration was all a plot to destroy Valentin at the altar. The girl was again heartbroken and began acting out in small ways against the adults around her, like leaving her school bag for Jax to trip over. And the little troublemaker put a snake into Ava's purse at Violet's birthday party to get back at her. When Valentin tried to step away from Charlotte for her own good, she lashed out at Nina, blaming her for everything. And after she told Lulu how she didn't like the way she treated Valentin, Charlotte's parents agreed to work together to raise her better. In the spring of 2021, Charlotte moved into the Quartermaine mansion with her dad as Brooklyn Quartermaine was having his daughter. Unfortunately, by the end of the year, they moved back out when it turned out he wasn't the baby daddy after all. Though Charlotte did come along with her father to visit Bailey so she could give her the gift she bought even though she wasn't really her sister. The following year, Charlotte went off to boarding school, but Valentin worried about his daughter because Victor Cassadine was using her as leverage to force him to do his bidding. Valentin eventually managed to score a visit with his daughter where he managed to rescue her with Laura's help. However, once back in Port Charles, Charlotte worried when her father went missing, and she knew Victor was to blame. Thankfully, Felicia brought Charlotte to the safe house where Valentin was hiding, and they enjoyed an emotional reunion, where Valentin also warned his daughter not to confront Victor herself again. In July 2023, Dante took Charlotte to visit Lulu at the rehab facility where she talked to her mother about recent events in her life and begged her mother to come back to them. She later urged Dante not to let the house where he and Lulu used to live sit empty anymore, so he sold it to Maxie. Charlotte began spending time with Jake Spencer, and it was revealed that Charlotte had sneaked into Anna Devaine's hotel room at the Metro Court in Valentin, suspected her of trashing Anna's things and also burning down her house. Secretly, Charlotte looked at a deck of tarot cards that Victor had gifted her and in his letter, urged her to protect her father from Anna. She was thrilled when Valentin brought her to their new house, but not as happy at the idea of Anna moving in with them. Although she insisted everything was fine, Charlotte agreed to talk to Kevin Collins at the hospital, and after their session, he was also worried about her behavior. On Halloween, the teen stole Anna's keys to Maxie's apartment, which she was subletting, and broke in. Unfortunately, when Anna returned home, she pulled her gun on the intruder, and when Charlotte turned around with her flashlight in her hand, Anna thought it was a weapon and shot first. Thankfully, Charlotte survived, and when she recovered, continued to insist that Anna was a danger to Valentin and herself. While she confessed to Nina that she trashed Anna's hotel room and spray painted on her house, she denied setting fire to her home. When Anna attempted to visit the girl and explain what had happened, Charlotte freaked out and Valentin ordered Anna to stay away. Back home, Charlotte was horrified when her papa believed she'd torched Anna's house because she'd been brainwashed by Victor. Kevin later overheard Charlotte calling her scar a battle wound and saw her admiring a necklace Victor gave her that used to belong to Helena. However, all of that fell by the wayside as Robert Scorpio informed Valentin that the DA's office wouldn't press charges against Charlotte in exchange for her accepting community service, probation, and court-ordered therapy, which Valentin found ridiculous. However, some deal must have been struck because in April 2024, Valentin informed Anna that Charlotte had returned to boarding school in Switzerland because she wanted to get away from the drama in Port Charles. In July, Charlotte returned home to surprise her father, and finding him with Anna, apologized to her for everything she'd put her through. Unfortunately, Anna revealed that the WSB was onto Valentin, so he and Charlotte disappeared. In December 2024, Charlotte learned from Rocco that their mother had come out of her coma and she was desperate to speak to her. Lulu pressed Charlotte to give up her location and quickly flew to Prague to reunite with her daughter. She urged Charlotte to come home with her, but the girl insisted she needed to stay with her papa, who had no one else. Valentin interrupted the reunion, followed by Dante, who had followed Lulu. When a sniper took a shot at them, Valentin and Charlotte took off again. He asked if she wanted to go home with her mother, but Charlotte assured her father she wanted to stay with him. Then, in March 2025, Anna and Jason burst into the home in Buenos Aires, where Valentin and Charlotte were staying to warn that the WSB was outside. After dealing with the kill squad, Valentin revealed he'd contacted Rocco with their location so that Charlotte could go home to her mother and not live on the run. At the hotel, Charlotte blasted Anna for ruining their lives, but Jason informed her that Anna was the one who tipped off her fathers so they could escape in the first place, so she apologized. Getting off the plane in Port Charles, Charlotte was happily reunited with her mother who took her back to Laura's apartment. Stay tuned to GH to see what happens next.